All right, let's talk about success. Not the fluffy motivational stuff, but a real, actionable blueprint. Think of us as architects for your achievement. We're going to lay out the plans, drawing from some seriously powerful principles. So, let's get building.
So, what is the secret sauce? You see someone like Oprah, and you can't help but wonder, what's the real difference between her and, well, everyone else? Is it just luck? Did she have better connections? Was she born a genius? The answer, it's actually way simpler than all that. And honestly, a lot more powerful.
I mean, that's it. That's the whole game. It's not about the money you start with or where you're from or any special advantages. Think about it. You, me, Warren Buffett, Oprah, every single one of us gets the exact same 24 hours in a day. Success isn't about what you have. It's about what you do with that time. It's a game you can control, not some random lottery.
All right, so here's the game plan, our blueprint. First, we'll look at the basic success equation. Then we'll get into the nitty-gritty of mastering your day. After that, it's all about setting a crazy goal that actually motivates you. We'll talk about becoming an expert, and then we'll plug in the ultimate cheat code, AI. And finally, it all comes back to you, your choice, your move.
So let's start with part one, the success equation. And look, the whole formula, it really just boils down to one single thing: how you use that clock.
Okay, so that leads us right into section 2, mastering your 24 hours. This is where the rubber meets the road, We're talking about the absolute bedrock of all success, your daily schedule.
Just think about that for a second. Your daily schedule is literally a prophecy. If you laid out how you spend your day right now, I could probably tell you where you're going to be in 5, 10, even 20 years. It's kind of scary, right? A schedule that predicts success means you block out time for your priorities first before the day goes off the rails. It means those first 90 minutes, your golden hours, are for your most important work, not for scrolling through emails. That simple thing is the difference between a future of success and one where you're just stuck.
But, and this is a huge but, having the most perfect optimized schedule on the planet is totally useless if you have no idea where you're going. And that brings us to section 3, defining your crazy goal. This is the why that makes the how actually matter.
Here's a great way to think about it. Imagine you get dropped in the middle of a huge forest. Studies show that 90% of people will just walk in circles. They're moving, they're busy, but they're not getting anywhere. But that other 10%, they do something different. They find a landmark, that tallest mountain peak in the distance, and they walk straight for it. That landmark, that's your vision.
And this timeline, man, this just shows you how critical that vision is. Look at this journey. It took 9 years to even turn a profit. Imagine that. 9 years of grinding, doubting yourself, wanting to quit. He even got a cancer diagnosis in the middle of it all. So what kept him going? What changed things? It wasn't just about working harder. It was about finding a purpose. That 20-year vision gave him a reason to keep fighting when everything else was telling him to stop.
So how do you find that big why for yourself? Well, it starts by asking yourself some tough questions. These 5 are a fantastic starting point. Really dig deep here. Why are you here? What do you actually value? What are you naturally good at without even trying? And then the big one, what kind of impact do you want to have made in 10 or 20 years? Seriously, answering these honestly, it can change everything.
And here's a thought that might mess with your head a little. A decade or so after we die, most of us are going to be forgotten. The world just moves on. So if that's true, if nobody's really keeping score long-term, then why not go for it? Why not aim for something absolutely nuts, something that actually excites you? Who cares what other people think?
Okay, so you've got your schedule locked in, you've got your crazy goal. Now it's time to get strategic. Section 4 is all about the amateur versus the expert. Because how you position yourself, that's what separates the good from the truly great.
And trust me, the difference is night and day. Amateurs are just another face in the crowd. Experts are specialists. Amateurs wait for the client to tell them what to do. Experts come in, diagnose the real problem, and prescribe the solution. Amateurs get all weird about money. Experts state their value with confidence. It's a total mindset shift from being a commodity to being an authority.
So let me ask you straight up, what are you the expert of? And if you can't answer that in a heartbeat, well, you just found your next big project. You've got to define your specialty, that deep knowledge that makes you valuable.
All right, now let's talk about maybe the biggest game changer in human history. Section 5, your future with AI. And look, don't think of this as a threat. Think of it as the ultimate accelerator for your vision. This is the tool that's going to let you do things faster than we ever thought was possible.
This is the huge shift that AI is creating. For basically all of history, the hard part was figuring out how to do something. Now, AI can tell you how in 2 seconds. The new challenge, the skill that matters now, is being crystal clear on what you want and knowing who or which AI to ask.
And we're not talking about some sci-fi future here. This is like the next 18 months. Your own personal AI will be doing this stuff, finding new clients for you, scheduling your meetings, drafting your offers, even helping you negotiate. All that tedious grunt work, it's getting automated, and it's happening fast. Which, leads to the big question everyone's kind of freaked out about. If AI is doing all that, what's left for us to do? Are we all about to be replaced? No, not even close. You're going to do the work that AI can't touch. You're going to focus on the things that are uniquely human, building real relationships, creating trust, actually connecting with people. The tech will handle all the boring tasks, which frees you up to focus on the people.
And that brings us right to the end, our final section, your choice, your responsibility. Look, we've laid out the whole blueprint. Manage your time, find your vision, become the expert, and use the insane tools we have now. The plans are all here. The path is clear.
But here's the bottom line. It's a little harsh, but it's also incredibly empowering. No one is coming to save you. Nobody. It is 100% on you to take responsibility and build the life you want. So I'll leave you with this question. Right now, what is that one decision, that one change that you know you need to make, but you've been putting it off? That's always the hardest part, right? Making that change you've been resisting. Well, today's the day. Stop resisting and start building.